Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the ancestors past, present and future and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Oakley dokley, I won't be on tomorrow, busy day tomorrow, but I will be on my Christmas Eve in 2 days' time, and I think I'll just, until things happen as they are going to be happening over here, I will just be on that every second day during the working week for myself. So thank you for joining me. Today is Monday. Today is the solstice. Today I am not dancing naked around the gooseberry bush under the new moon. Sorry to disappoint you. But yeah, we are in dramatic times of change at the moment. Okay, so what I want to have a look at the moment, entertainment only. And I'm thinking on Christmas Eve, I'll come back. I've got my mum's Light Seers Tarot. I didn't bring my own deck. I've got my mum's there. Well, yeah, we are in dramatic times at the moment. The Tower and the Emperors. I split the deck to start shuffling using the Gilded Tarot Royale, if you like to know what the decks are. Yeah, we are absolutely mid-collapse of the Emperor at the moment, the wannabe Emperor, all of the wannabe Emperors. Gosh, where do I go? I'm just going to put this as a little news piece. I'm not going to read on it, but the Israeli cabinet has announced 1919 new settlements to be built in the occupied West Bank territories. These are territories that were designated under a peace agreement, ceasefire, for the Palestinians to live in this area. And yet the Israeli cabinet has now authorised 19 new settlements to be built in occupied territory. That's pretty much the same as the Ruskies declaring that they were going to build Russian cities in Alaska, or the Venezuelan government saying, well, we're going to have Florida, thank you very much, and we're just going to take over your towns and cities. I mean, there is really no other area on earth that this is happening to this extent. And then, because it just incredibly frustrates me, there's a lot of anti-Semitism marches happening, and there's outrage and there's victimhood, and nothing against the Jewish people. The Jewish people are just people who practice certain faith, but using the religion to play the victim when the Israeli cabinet, not the people, but the Israeli cabinet, are using the religion to um, um, uh, uh, ostracize others. It just absolutely staggers me. So I'm not pro Jew. I'm not pro Palestinian. I'm not anti either of them. But to use a religion to decimate another group of people is, to me, just wrong. It's just, and then to claim the victim while you're decimating this other group of people just really galls on me. So I'll get off my soapbox, but yeah, we've got this big announcement moment, but we've got a tower moment. I mean, if you're trying to stop the terrorism of somewhere like Hamas, then stop taking these steps. It's just, I don't understand. It just infuriates me, because it's not, the outrage is not against people of the Jewish faith. It is against the upper echelons who are taking these actions, causing genocide, pushing people out of their own lands, and yet then turning around, and if you say nay against them, then it's all about, oh, woe is me, play the victim. I mean, go and set up some cities in Texas or Arizona or somewhere. Anyhow, off my hobby horse here. What I actually want to have a look on, and I do apologize if that was triggering for some of you. I'm about people for people. I'm not. I'm spiritual, highly spiritual, obviously, and religion has a lot to answer for historically, going way back to the Crusades in Northern Ireland and Protestants versus Catholics in King Henry VIII's period, evangelicals in the US at the moment. It's just has a lot to answer for. Okay, the name of religion, which gets spirituality, which gets used for nefarious means. Okay, but off my little soapbox, just be aware of that is underway at the moment. I want to have a look at will Congress actually return in the US, the House. So Mikey of the Little Johnson, dismissed the federal House because what happened is 4 Republicans crossed the floor to join the Democrats to force to the floor the vote to retain the Affordable Care Act, because it was about to, in the bastard budget bill, millions are about to be tossed out off affordable care. 4 Republicans crossed the floor to join Democrats to force a vote to the floor to retain the Affordable Care Act, as if they didn't know it was in that bill to start with. And what happened is, before it could have been brought to the floor to be voted on, Mikey of the Little Johnson dismissed the House. So it couldn't be voted on, which means millions are going to be thrown off the Affordable Care Act. I want to have a look to see whether Congress will actually return. Now, there is words sort of around saying, oh, he dismissed them because of the Epps files. The Oversight Committee will continue. Yeah, we've got here full exposure, bringing an era to an end, loss and disappointment. Oh gosh, what have we got here? Ace of Cups, Tower, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. So the dismissing of the House wasn't due to the Epps files. Look at these cards; they're still coming out. 3 aces. Um, 3 aces, and the only card that's not an ace or major arcana out of those, Tower, end of an era, full exposure, and emotional disappointment. So the Epps files, the Epps stuff is still going to come out. I did just do a reading where if the Oversight Committee does not release it, it will come from external sources. If the Oversight Committee does not release the estate files, it will come from external sources, ergo from overseas. I read also that a separate reading in regards to the peace talks with the Kremlin, that the Kremlin is threatening the Orange Twerp with releasing them, or some of them, if he doesn't announce the US helping the Kremlin against Ukraine. Oh, it's just such a mess. But I want to ask, there's that card at the top again, even though I put it back randomly. It's card of the day. Card of the day. So the 5 of Cups, loss, disappointment, heartbreak. And we've got here the higher authorities, government. So, but my question is, will the House return at all? I believe he can keep them out for 60 days. Mikey of the Little Johnson. I mean, it also stops a vote tossing him out as Speaker as well. I don't know that they'll actually return at all. Entertainment only. Will, because I mean, an hour is a long time in US politics at the moment, so goodness what 60 days will be. Will the US Federal House return at all? Come on down, let's have a look. This one's dropped out. Oh, 3 of them have dropped out. Okay, well, usually I go from the top, so we'll see what it is. Russia, the world, end of an era, and the Ten of Wands, the burden, the inability to just ending Russia. Okay, I'm going to put those aside. They've fallen out. So, something coming from Russia that's just going to be overwhelming information is going to bring about an ending. And I want to ask, I'll just put those over there for safekeeping for the moment. I want to ask if the house will return at all. And there's another major arcana, the Magician, the manifestation, the got all four elements here. It can be the manipulation, look over here while that's happening over there. So this is the signifier. This is the here and now. The manipulation, potentially. Challenged by the lies. This is the Epps files. But this is also, making out like a bandit with the truth. We've got the Three of Pentacles at the bottom here. Are they even going to return? So this is the here and now, the past, going forward. So these cards are going to be really interesting. The Three of Pentacles, work happening behind the scenes, out of sight. You've got in the past, those that feathered their nests, the gilded cage. Crowning the reading is the new plan being brought forward with the guardrails in place, the surrender of a new message, new plan being presented. So this is the here and now. Going forward, things are going to be fully exposed. There's that card of the day, the loss, disappointment, heartbreak, betrayal, minor arcana, death card as money trails presented. But again, work going on behind the scenes to put the final puzzle pieces in. Sort of truth being brought forward in the hopes and fears, cutting through the outcome, the military. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, Queen of Cups, being forced to retreat. The military, the oligarchs, the lawmakers trying to keep a lid on things, but they're being forced to retreat. And we've got the Tower. I don't think Tower for the entire government, and then you've got this new opportunity presented. I don't think, and on the base we've got the uncharted territory with the Fool card. I don't think they're going to be back, full stop. You've got the money laundering, you've got the Justice card, you've got the healing, the Star, the best of democracy. Given these three cards that fell out, I suspect that the house, because there's that military taking over, and I keep getting a panel of past reliable lawmakers. I mean, there's going to be information that comes out that's just going to be so devastating, but no one's going to, I mean, there will be some that argue with it, that 10% of diehard MAGAs that will go to the grave kissing the golden sneaker. But I keep getting that it's almost like the government will be dismissed, and we've got the panel interim government of the likes of Obama and Buttigieg and Cheney and Kinzinger and Raskin. There's some sort of cross-aisle. Let's have a look. Okay, if the house is not coming back, gosh, I've got cards coming out everywhere. Because I think what's going to happen, international information is going to come forward about the child abuse stuff. And there's that card of the day, Five of Cups. Okay, I'll just put those back randomly. Yeah, I think there's going to be information that comes from overseas that is just really, really going. And there's my, well, Biden did put in that the whole of the government can be dismissed. I've put it in my, and there was the death card as well. Not Biden going to die, but bringing an end to the emperor. I put it in my post section about a week ago. The actual legislation, I think it was from Law Connect or somewhere, I can't remember where I got the link from, that basically said if there is treason or other malignant actions taken, that they can all be dismissed. Now, it won't be one at a time. It will be all concurrently. They will all be brought up concurrently. So it's not like the Orange Trip will do it and then it gets then a Shady gets in and then Shady will be convicted and then Johnson gets in and then Johnson gets, it will all be concurrently. And then these three cards popped out. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. You've got the internal prosecutions happening, and you've got the money laundering as well. The international money laundering and trafficking, and it can also be vote flipping. I know there are lawyers that are coming out and saying, what's his name? The guy that's always adjusting his hair. The Hawks podcasts came out the other day and said I couldn't watch it. There wasn't any election interference, blah, 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 despite all the proof that is coming out from Smart Elections and the Election Truth Alliance. Sorry, Hawk, I can't agree with you on that one. I know he's an ex-lawyer and he has to be careful on what he says, but I can't agree on that one. Big announcement coming forward. Could be about the votes. It's going to entrap lawmakers, connections to Russia, abuse of power, betrayal. It's coming out. Okay, so, well, what do we do? I mean, we are literally in uncharted territories as far as the US is concerned. Will there be? What will happen? What will happen when it's undeniable that there was treason or other malicious? Is that malicious? It's a word they're giving me. I'm sure I've pronounced it wrong. Entertainment only. Show me. Show me. What sort of governing body will the US have going forward? What sort of governing body will the US have going forward in the spring? Come on down. Right, the legislators challenged by some sort of announcement coming forward. You've got the oligarchs, the moneyed in the past. You've the energy they're in at the moment. The past democracy. I mean, democracy is gone in the US at the moment. Finding themselves legally restricted, and then uncharted waters with the Fool card. Right, externally, going back to a simpler time, this could be a rewriting of the Constitution as everything blows up internally with the Tower. Hopes and fears, Page of Cups. The outcome, you've got the Two of Pentacles, the money laundering, information being brought forward about those in government. You've got the Knight of Swords, the harsh truth, the Four of Pentacles, trying to keep it hidden, but the inability to harvest, strength, and moving forward legally. Haven't got the military card there yet, but I've got on the defensive, it's going to become too much. And there is stability of government with the Knight of Pentacles and justice. just seeing what's on the bottom here. It keeps going. I mean, it's the same sort of thing. You've got Nine of Swords, nightmare situations. The secrets are revealed that entrap lawmakers. Eight of Pentacles, money trails, legal action being brought with the King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, Page of Swords, card of the day, Five of Cups, the Emperor, the abuse of power, Russia, secrets, Ten of Swords, Death card. I do not know exactly how this is going to play out, but the US is finding itself in uncharted waters like it did post independence revolution, like it did post Civil War, like it did post World War II. And it's not going to be what was. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fine, but there's no going back to what was. And I honestly don't think there are going to be midterms. That's my feels. I know some readers are reading on midterms. I don't think there are going to be midterms. I still really intensely get that there will be some sort of interim government, and I've been getting that for nearly 2 years now. Thought it would be because of some argument that, about Harris winning, not realising it was going this way. Honestly, I still feel intensely that there will be some sort of interim government who will do a reset. Now, whether it's an interim government for 6 months and then they have elections at the midterm time, or whether it's longer and there is a reset as to when the elections are, I don't know. It will play out how it is meant to play out. Okay, stay cool, stay chilled. Just know that we're living in interesting times. Be aware, but don't absorb. And love to you all. Take care.